What's going on, everybody? Mario here. Guys, I don't like talking about politics, especially nowadays with all the crap that's been going on. But you know what? Trump is playing chess. The rest of them fools are playing checkers. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys my 2 cents on what's going on lately in the couple of days. It's in regards to Marco Rubio. As you guys know, he is the Secretary of State. Now, I understand why President Trump picked Marco Rubio. It makes logical sense, okay? He's fluent in Spanish. He can read, write it. He can speak to you. He can debate you in Spanish. He can debate you in English. The man is brilliant, okay? I mean, literally. He's a very smart guy. He really is. And what's the best way to kind of put yourself out there for everybody to see and to know what your capabilities are? Because, I mean, we all know Marco Rubio wants to become president of the United States. Hey, he might have a chance. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. As you guys know, his first visit was to Panama. And what did he do when he went over there? He pretty much changed the game in the Panama Canal. As you guys know, there's some companies that are from Hong Kong, right? And they are the ones that are, have space or have some sort of agreement in the Panama Canal. So what they basically do is they can really pretty much block the canal and only let certain people into it. And pretty much Marco was very aggressive. Went over there, put foot to ass, and got the president of Panama to pretty much agree to the terms that Trump set in place. Because really stop and think about it, the Panama Canal was built by the Americans. Okay, we lost hundreds of people trying to create that fucking canal. So it's within reason that we could take it back. I still to this day think that was the stupidest shit in the world, giving the fucking Panama Canal. I would have never given that up. But he already got that deal. Yesterday, Marco Rubio was in El Salvador. And you're going to say, well, what's so great about El Salvador, right? El Salvador, if you guys know, has become one of the safest countries in Latin America. It used to be one of the most violent because the MS-13, the 18th Street Gang, have pretty much taken over that country. And the Bukele, whatever his name is, took over. This guy, one of the first things he did is he created a mega prison, like a mega prison, right? And pretty much he's kind of gone into the style of the Russian government, where they pretty much have people down under skibbies and they're basically lining them up. They're pretty much just packed like sardines, basically, man, with no rights whatsoever. We are talking about one of the most hardcore prisons in the world now. And pretty much all of MS-13, 18th Street Gang, every one of these guys that has some sort of criminal past is in those prisons. And now El Salvador has become one of the safest countries in the world. And what did Trump do? He went and took Marco Rubio to El Salvador and told him, hey, we cut a deal with you. Maybe we can bring some of those prisoners. Instead of sending them to Gitmo, we bring them over here to you, and we'll pay you some money for it. El Salvador was more than glad to do that. Not only they're housing illegal immigrants, not even from the country of El Salvador, but from any country that was deemed a threat to the United States government. They're taking them over to El Salvador, to include U.S. citizens, by the way. And they're going to put them in one of these freaking mega prisons. Instead, we probably saved millions instead of sending people to Gitmo. And instead, we took it to El Salvador where, hey, fuck it, we don't got to worry about it. It's in somebody else's hands. I find that shit brilliant. I really do. And you notice that Marco Rubio is pretty much focusing on Latin America. Now, why Latin America? Latin America has been slowly been taken over by the Chinese. The Chinese have been investing heavily in infrastructures on every fucking country in Central America and South America. So it just makes sense to have a Secretary of State that is fluent in Spanish, that can go to any of these Latin American countries and pretty much talk them into a deal. Now, you guys are going to say, well, I mean, anybody can do that, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not Spanish speaking, it's kind of hard for you to kind of relate with this. But everything sounds different when you try and translate it from English to Spanish, because basically English and Spanish, in many ways, their meanings are backwards. And it's kind of hard for me to explain that to you. But if you are a Spanish speaker, you definitely know what I'm talking about. And having somebody that already speaks Spanish can talk to anybody in any of these countries, it pays dividends. It really does. And you notice that the bigger foreign policy matters, he's handling himself. He's handling Ukraine. He's handling Israel. So it's pretty fucking interesting. Pretty interesting times we live in right now, guys. I understand why he did what he did. But in reality, man, this only helps Marco Rubio. Because technically, you know, with the work that he does as Secretary of State, you know, he can run for president again if he wants to do that, or he can be vice president. Because we all know JD is going to be one of the top tickets, of him or Vivek, you know, whatever. So it's just interesting times, guys. It's just interesting times, the people that he has picked to run certain agencies and how they're doing things. And it's pissing off the liberals badly, bros. But here's my thing. This is why we hired him, to fix the issues that we got going on, especially with Latin America. We can't have neighboring countries being on the side of the Chinese, bros. There's no fucking way. We can't do that. And I'm glad that Trump is starting to see that. And I hope that you guys get a little bit of a education out of this. I can guarantee you there'll be even more policies and agreements by Latin American countries for Trump. I mean, we already know what he did to Colombia. We already know what he did to Mexico. And we already know what he did to Canada. So, not bad for fucking first month in office. So, I don't know, guys. Some of you guys may like what I have to say. Some of you guys may not. It's fine. Understand this is my opinion and my 2 cents, and this is what I got to say. So, this is just my perspective on things. So, all right, guys, that's all I got. Like always, God bless you. God bless the United States of America, and I'm out.